Welcome to Mobile Legends!
In the recent patch, anti-sustain items were nerfed, which welcomed the rise of sustain heroes. And Uranus has one of the most insane sustain mechanics in the game, being able to regen his HP continuously as long as we can maintain his passive. In the recent patch, Moonton actually buffed his basic attacks and skill 1's damage to scale with his passive stacks, intending to improve his pushing capabilities. They eventually felt that it was too much, and slightly nerfed the damage on his skill 1. But you'll see in this match that this nerf did almost nothing, as the problem with Uranus was not actually about his damage.
Nothing can destroy celestial paths or me.
Uranus gains a passive stack for each instance of damage he takes, and we can gain up to 20 passive stacks in this way. Each passive stack grants Uranus extra HP regen, allowing us to regenerate our HP over time. We can actually observe the amount of stacks we have using the indicator that I've highlighted here, and we can also see if the stacks are expiring. We can gain these stacks by taking damage from any source, whether it's from enemy heroes, minions, jungle creeps, or even turret shots. This is why you'll see that I sometimes intentionally take turret shots, or take creep aggro. It's not because I'm a masochist, but it's to gain or maintain these radiant stacks. Uranus has pretty high mana upkeep, so some form of mana regen is required for him. Most players would go with the common emblem to solve this problem, and it's a good choice to go with. However, I want to use the support emblem as I prefer the stats it has, which are much harder to gain from items. Therefore, we'll have to gain the mana regen from items, and I'm choosing Demon Boots over Enchanted Talisman. The logic is that I want to play aggressively from the start and spam skills, so I want the mana regen as fast as possible. Enchanted Talisman costs way more than Demon Boots, so it's going to take a way longer time to buy it. The second reason is that most of the tier 2 boots don't really offer much in terms of stats anyways, so the trade-off of having boots to gain mana regen only loses us a minimal amount of stats. Buying Enchanted Talisman instead trades off a lot more stats, since we could have bought a higher priority defensive item much earlier instead.
Attack the turtle!
Intruder! You and my master are much alike.
An ally has slain the turtle! Attack! Launch attack!
All dreamers shall be spared. Enemy Mythic.
A common thing that you'll see in the recommended Uranus builds is going for Thunderbelt as a second item. After playing Uranus for a couple of matches, I actually find it not too beneficial to build Thunderbelt, especially after they nerfed its HP in the latest patch. Buying this item forces you to basic attack, which is sometimes not optimal when you're engaged in combat and chasing enemies. Uranus' basic attack is slow and clunky, and I found it to be pretty annoying to try and activate Thunderbelt often. It also takes time to build up the stacks to make it an effective item, so it's not great in the early to mid game when Uranus is most effective. Instead, I'm going for Dominance Ice as my second item, which offers high physical defense to immediately lower oncoming physical damage. It also has two great passives that counters the enemy's main damage dealers.
Launch attack! Enemy has been slain! Launch attack!
Destroy celestial paths or me.
Playing Uranus is deceptively easy, but actually requires a good knowledge of how far you can stretch the limits of your HP. A good understanding of how much damage each enemy hero can do to you helps a lot to survive engages. The main goal is to harass the enemy, especially their backline damage dealers, so they cannot feel safe doing their jobs. This pushes them away from your team's damage dealers and gives them space to do their jobs instead. But while we're super tanky, we can still be bursted down if we're not careful, so keep your eyes open. And make sure to monitor your HP so you can get out in time if needed.
Request back. An enemy
For our third item, we bought Oracle for its synergistic passive with Uranus. This boosts our regen by an extra 30%, making us even harder to kill, since we'll be regenerating so much HP. It also has some decent HP and hybrid defense stats, giving us a bit of magic defense. I'm actually not planning to build a specialized magic defense item due to the item build plan I have for this match. Cursed Helmet is our fourth item, which gives us a bit more magic defense and a high amount of HP. The passive deals burning damage to enemies near us, which is easily triggered since we already want to be near our enemies most of the time. It also lowers the enemy's hybrid defense by a little, and this improves our damage, especially against squishy targets that don't build any defense. Our next item is Twilight Armor, and it has a passive that reduces high instances of oncoming burst damage. The enemy lineup actually consists of heroes that do exactly that, with crit damage from Ling and 𝗟𝗘𝗓 and Fasa with her skills. The second passive is great, as it triggers when we're below 30% HP, healing us for 20% of our HP over the next 4 seconds, giving us even more sustain. Also, the high HP stats from Cursed Helmet and Twilight Armor synergize with each other to boost the effectiveness of their passives, letting us deal more and tank more damage. For our last item, we are going with Blade Armor to counter the enemy's late game damage dealers. It has high physical defense to reduce their damage, and also has crit damage reduction to lower it even more. We'll also return damage from their basic attacks to them, and this helps with countering their lifesteal, so they won't be able to sustain as much. So as you can see, Uranus is almost unkillable as long as you don't go crazy. Even when our team got killed twice in the early game, our constant rotation and harassment made things difficult for the enemies to gain an advantage. This allowed our team to snowball and eventually pin the enemies back into their base. This is why Uranus is currently a priority ban in higher ranks, as he's truly a menace when there's nobody that can lock him down and burst him quickly. The main heroes you should be wary of will be those with burst or true damage, like Carry and Alpha, as they can shred through our defenses very easily.